Hey guys, welcome. This is the year that students have called the most difficult year of nursing school. You're now officially beginning to practicalize everything that you've been learning in class, putting all these pieces together as you're in clinicals now. So here's where you must really get hungry and curious for knowledge. It's your first year of clinicals, yay! I'm sure that at this point you're feeling maybe a little apprehensive, not knowing what to expect, wondering if you'll be able to keep up with the tremendous workload and really all the stressors that come with your first clinical year. Well, let me help alleviate a bit of pressure by sharing with you some helpful tips that can serve as a guide for you as you journey through the school year. So, without wasting much time, let's go. Number one, as I stated in my previous videos for my first and my second years, and like I said, if you haven't watched them already, trust me, you want to. And I'm not just saying that because I made the videos, but I really took my time and I consulted with current students, people that are obviously more experienced, just to see what their own opinions were. And I curated that and put that together for you. So there really is so much helpful information there that will pertain to every year of school. And I don't want to have to keep repeating them in every single video, so as not to bore those that have already watched it. So if you haven't yet, do yourself a big favor and head over there to watch them now. Okay, so as I was saying, if organization and structure was important in your two prior years, first and second year, then it is like 10 times more important now. Please get the planner, write the things down, put your schedules down on paper. There is going to be so much coming at you from every angle that you cannot possibly be successful if you don't plan this year. You must organize your time. You must allocate study times strategically, plan your social life and all the other activities around your study time. Please do not compromise this in this third year. It is extremely important. Get so hungry for knowledge this year. Try to see stuff during clinicals. Don't be that student that's lazy and trying to run away from responsibility. Get involved. Be very curious. If you're afraid to do something like inserting a Foley, that is exactly what you need to ask to do more of. So instead of trying to escape from the hard things, try instead to dive into them headfirst so that you can really get a hang for them. This will feel uncomfortable for some time, but as you practice, you will make progress. Do not run from responsibility in your clinical year. Embrace it. Every opportunity that you're given is a good one. So try to learn and grab as much knowledge as you can at every chance that you get. Like I said, organization is super key. It's so important this year because not only are you starting clinicals, you're doing the didactic portion of them, you're doing the harder courses this year. You have the maternal nursing. You may have some other science course like pharmacology. So please make sure that you're so dedicated this year to studying and to planning. If you don't like to use a paper, like a physical hard copy planner, do it on your phone, but do not skip on this. This is such an important and a critical year. There's a lot going to be coming at you. You will get a lot of information that you have to learn quickly. And not only that, you're thinking about NCLEX studying because, you're always being advised, even in this third year, to start now to study for the NCLEX. Start now to make those notes, draw all those pieces together. All this information you're getting will come in the NCLEX, so you have to be prepared ahead of time. Don't start studying like a week after you graduate from your fourth year. Start now to piece all these information together so that it will be highly beneficial to you when you do take your NCLEX. Grab as much knowledge as you can, especially in your clinical, every chance that you get. Ask a lot of questions, because the reason why I stress this so much is A lot of you may not get into a nurse residency program. So the next 2 years are really the only chance you get to be as new as possible. Once you're a nurse, the expectations change and the bar becomes raised. You're not going to have your hand held as much as you did as a student. So you have the opportunity now to become good at patient care, creating those care plans, looking through the charts, giving report, understanding the workflow, and all of those things, the components that come with nursing care. This is also the time that you can develop understanding for your own demographic interests. Do you enjoy med-surg, telemetry, peds, mother baby, psych, community health? As you're going through your clinical year, where do you picture yourself, right? Make the most of every rotation. Every time that you're in a new clinical, try to ask questions. Understand what the nurses in those roles do on a daily basis. Gosh, just talking about this is bringing so many memories of being in the NICU and just the babies, working with the babies in the nurseries, those that had neonatal abstinence syndrome. That's people that were born to mothers with drug and or alcohol abuse issues. And seeing the residuals of that, how frail those babies looked, and how piercing the sound of their cries were. And I think that's when I decided I really, really loved pediatrics. Anyway, so these 2 years will be a good time to find your niche and see what you love, but also be flexible in that, right? Don't hunker down and zone in and just, blinders on. Initially, I thought I only loved children until I really got a chance to work with adults, and I figured out, all right, well, they're not so bad. They're good. I like adults too. And so I transitioned also with working with them. Another thing is that you need to master your fundamental skills and care plans. This is the year to practice those dose calculations in real time. Practice, reviewing charts, like I said, giving report, hanging IV bags, and all of that. Practice, practice, practice. How many times have I said practice? Practice, okay? This is the first time that most of you will be introduced to patient care and exposed to hospital mechanics, if you will. It is also during this year that you may even start to feel disenchanted with nursing, because for the first time, you can really see nursing as it is. Somewhat, I guess. And maybe you're feeling overwhelmed by the sheer busyness, the intensity of work life, or just what it can look like as a nurse. Or maybe it's exciting for you. You may even be enjoying the ride, and just even the idea of being a nurse is becoming more solidified in your mind, and you just can't wait. You're like, oh, this is what it is. I love it. I can't wait. Wherever you find yourself on that spectrum, whether you're on the far left, feeling discouraged, I want to encourage you to hang in there. Everyone who you see getting it all right, doing their work like a pro, was once you. Everyone walked in the shoes of confusion at some point. And understand that there are many arenas in which you can work as a nurse, and maybe the hospital is not for you. So don't lose heart if the hospital setting is too overwhelming and you're wondering if this is all there is. It's not. As a nurse, you can function in a variety of settings, but it is important to gain as much knowledge in the time that you have for your clinicals, because the skills that you learn there will be valuable really for any role that you take on after school. So don't be discouraged. Don't lose heart there. Also, try to connect with the nurses that you admire and aspire to model your own practice after them. Understand that as a student, you will come across nurses that inspire and teach you, but unfortunately, you also will encounter those whose example that you would rather not emulate. It happens in every profession. Take what you should and leave the things that you don't like. Drop them. And just note that in the future that, this is not the kind of nurse you want to be. You want to be somebody who is admirable and somebody who recreates excellence. Last thing I want to talk about is nursing externships. This is the year that you may want to do a shadowing opportunity Basically, it's the time period which an externship is, a time period where you will closely observe an experienced nurse to get a good feel for the profession that you're aspiring to. Nurse externships usually can start, I think, after you've done your first or second year. And I mentioned this in my second year video. Another reason why you should check it out. You can start actually shadowing opportunities by second year. Externships can be paid or unpaid. And really, I think some benefits from them are like you have the increased exposure to different units in the hospital. You get hands-on experience with practicing your nursing skills. You'll get greater confidence as you step into your new career independently, because it won't feel like the first time that you're dealing with patients, right? And also you get the networking opportunities. And of course, there are other more unique personalized benefits that you gain, like friendships and a good support system. Those are more specific to you. And now note that an externship is different from a nurse residency program. Residency program is what you'll do if you choose. You'll do it after you graduate. So residency is more like a time to practice in a protected learning environment. It's usually like a 1-year program that allows nursing graduates. So you're already graduated, but it allows you time to transition smoothly into independence as a nurse, okay? There are a number of facilities that offer this externships, and I found a list on the Student Nursing Association website, and I'll link it, or I'll kind of put it on the screen. But the list may not be exhaustive, so reach out to hospitals in your locality and check with them if they offer externship program for newly graduated nurses. Okay, so this is the year to figure out if you want to get into one. Pay close attention to application requirements, deadlines, and things like that. All right, guys, I think that's it for me. I think that in addition to the great advice from first and second year, use this year to sharpen your nursing skills, discover your own niche, your demographic, as well as get your hands into an externship or some kind of hospital work. You can even just do like a nursing assistant work. If you want me to share more about the externship experience that I had, I can, because I did one myself and I found it to be very helpful, and it was paid. So it was like working and schooling at the same time. But I don't want to make this too boring for you guys. But yeah, I did find it very beneficial when I did mine, and I did it at a children's hospital. So I was so happy. So yeah, I've come to the end of this video. I know that there's so much more that could be said. If you have, especially if you are a fourth year, like going into your fourth year, recently finished your third year, if you have other advice that you want to offer here to the students who are entering their third year, please leave that in the comments below. Continue to understand that being a nurse requires excellence, right? We want to recreate excellence as we continue in our nursing journey, and it starts with you as a student. If you see certain things in the hospital that you really particularly don't like, right now you're in such a time where you are very, I guess, excited for the nursing journey, and you have all these visions and all these goals and dreams, and you kind of know where you want your career to go and where nursing as a profession you want it to go. When you have these ideas, put them down on paper. Don't assume that they don't count. Don't allow working in a hospital or any kind of work make you feel disillusioned or lose that very innocent drive that you have, because that drive and that desire to do something greater within the field of nursing is there for a reason. So never ignore that, nurture it, and keep it alive. Don't allow any experience that you have in your clinical setting to kill that dream. Okay, so that's my candid advice for you. I am here to talk. I'm here to, answer your questions. Leave them for me in the comment section below. If you need to email me or just have any kind of personal questions that you don't want to leave in the comments, please send me an email. I would like to help you on your journey. I know that I don't have the entire advice to a science, and I don't have it all listed here, but Anyone who has more things to add, please share so that we can uplift one another. Information about where to get books from and peer mentorship programs and self-care and just all that good stuff are in my previous videos from the first and the second year. So please take a look at those. I really didn't want to have to make this elongated, but I wish you guys all the best in your third year, in your clinical year. Woo, guys, I'll tell you, clinical year can be crazy. But I think the first clinical that I did was, what was it? I think we started off with maternal. We did maternal, so mother baby, and I would always get sick. I would always get sick when I would be in the delivery room because I don't know, it was something about the heat and I just would throw up. I went to the bathroom and I would throw up. I mean, the miracle of birth is a miracle, but it doesn't look pretty, okay? So I always would get like really nauseous and things like that, but I kept on pushing and, you know, I did great on that clinical. So yeah, whatever clinical you find to be tough for you, just hang in there, get some help with your professors. Not all of them are going to be easy or fun. There are going to be some that you enjoy more than others. That is just the reality of it. I love community health a lot. I love pediatrics a lot. Those were the two that I found to be more my speed. And some people were like, I don't know why you like peds, but I just loved it. Loved the dose calculations. I love the unit. Everything about it just spoke to my personality. So yeah, you're not going to find every single clinical exciting, and that's okay. All right, I'm not going to keep ranting. Thank you guys for watching. Please share this video with anyone that you think would find value in it, and all the best in this third year of nursing school. Take care. We'll see you in your fourth year. Bye-bye.